If you've ever sailed with Disney Cruise Line, you'll recognize that sound. We are talking about Disney Cruise Line staterooms this week. This is episode 88. I'm Soraya.
I'm Aurora.
And together we're just your average Disney travelers. Okay, so it's been a while since we talked about Disney Cruise Line anything. I think it's
been a very long time.
I think it's been since our cruise, which was in January. So it's been a while. It's been almost, it was at the beginning of January. So it's been almost 6 months. We'll say 5 months. But yeah, so we're due. We need to talk about Disney Cruise Line a little bit more often than we do. Don't you think?
Yeah.
We love Disney Cruise Line, and there's a lot of information that a lot of people they're not as familiar with, maybe, could be helpful. I know you don't like the informative podcasts. Aurora likes the fun podcasts more.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Are you going to survive this one?
I'm doing fine.
So this episode, we're going to talk about staterooms because I think that for me, at least, before I started cruising and certainly before I became familiar with Disney Cruise Line, the stateroom categories I found were really confusing. I didn't know what to expect or anything. And I think we should probably preface this with we still have not cruised on any other cruise line.
Yeah.
We really are only familiar personally with Disney Cruise Line. That's all we've cruised with.
Yep.
So we can't really compare it with personal experience with other cruise line staterooms or cruise lines in general. But there are some facts out there. They're not objective. They're just simply the facts of size and things like that. And so that's what we can share a little bit of, like how it compares to those facts. And I've seen some photos, but I also recognize that just like with Disney, every cruise line is going to have a variety, a range of what their categories will be. Now, the one thing about Disney I've noticed is that if you were to just look at like the bed or the it's a portion of, you just looked at the cruise room, the stateroom, you wouldn't know, other than does it have a window, does it have a balcony, all of that, you really wouldn't, they're all themed great. They're decorated the same, they have the same bedding, they have the same pictures on the wall, and so you're not going to have a plain white room for the lowest priced categories. They all are decorated very well. And so that one I can say for sure Disney is great at. I have seen some really plain pictures of other rooms, but I suspect that's simply the cheapest rooms of those cruise lines. Yeah. So, but anyhow, okay, so in general, Disney Cruise Line staterooms are, in most cases, roughly 25% larger than any other cruise line cabins. So if you're going with any other cruise ships, I'm not going to name them all, but anything not Disney, the rooms are generally smaller, and it has always been that way. Most cruise lines, their rooms are going to just sleep 2 and maybe 3 at most. So when Disney decided that they were going to get in the cruise line business, they knew they had to do something about that, because if Disney is a family business, and there's lots of times where you got couples or friends going, but they're in the business of families, they needed to make sure that their cabins were going to work for families. Mm-hmm. So they came up with a few different things to help achieve that, which we'll go through. But yeah, just in general, you're going to expect a little bit more space on Disney Cruise Line, and then so. Let's talk about the general layout. Will you describe or explain what the room is like when what do you see when you go through a stateroom door?
Typically on the left, you'll have a bathroom, and it's like full bathroom.
Yeah,
Small,
and I think
but has everything.
it doesn't really matter if it's left or right because that just depends. Because they kind of half of them will probably be on the left and half will be on the right. I think we tend to most of ours I think have been on the left, but we've
Yeah.
had some on the right. It just depends
okay.
on where your room is specifically, but
Yeah.
they kind of mirror each other, and so you'll have
Yeah.
half and half.
Then usually on the opposite side, there's like a little closet.
Yep.
With a safe inside.
Yep, a very small safe, but it's
Yeah.
it's a safe. You can put your wallet and keys and
Then
passport.
the ones we book usually have like how was it, double bed, queen bed?
It's a queen.
A
So
queen
all of
bed.
them have they it's pretty standard. You'll have a queen size bed.
Okay. And then there will be like a little nice like area to the left of it where there's a couch, or we usually get it
So
like a couch that's a pull-out couch, but there's I don't know.
right,
it's
yes, no, it is. It's a sleeper couch. So it's on the other side of the bed. So you
Yeah.
walk into the room. You've got a bathroom on one side, a closet on the other. You pass that, and there's a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And just past the bed is a little sitting area, and the couch will fold down to a single bed.
Yeah.
And some of the rooms will have a drop down, like a loft bed that goes above the couch. So those sleep four. We'll get into, like I said, some details of the amenities on that end later. But it's basically, it's a decent size. Now, granted, none of these rooms are as big as any hotel room.
No.
Hotel rooms, even your small hotel rooms, are likely going to be, you can feel the difference, significantly larger than a stateroom on a cruise line. Any cruise line. That's just the way it is, unless you're paying for some big suite.
Yeah.
And we ain't paying for any big suites. But anyways, so, okay. So, in addition to them being a little bit larger, because, that's what I was going to say. When I did a little bit of research, basically for other cruise lines, usually it's not uncommon to see two single beds that are pushed to the side. Instead of having like a queen bed or anything like that, it's two single beds, twin beds. And I don't know if I believe that they can be pushed together to be used as a joint bed, but it's just a much smaller space and not usually as comfortable. Like they wouldn't have a couch like Disney's rooms have a little couch. It's not a huge couch, but it's a small couch that then turns into the third sleeper, so the extra little bed. But they usually have like a couple maybe chairs, but I don't know. So my point is, it's a bit more comfortable. It's more comfortable looking, and so that's nice. I think part of the reason why cruise lines don't usually have a lot of space in their room is they don't really want you to be in your room. They want you to be out doing the activities. Most cruise lines have like gambling areas, and they want you out there spending money and doing that. And Disney knows that you've got families, you're going to need nap times, you're going to need downtime, you're going to need to have, come back early to put the kids to bed, and there's a lot more time in your room if you're a Disney family, generally, than your other types of cruisers. And so that's why. So you want to go over some of these extras that they have in the Disney staterooms?
Yeah.
So these are not usually, as far as I can tell, what you'll normally find for other cruise lines, but it's standard in Disney.
So you'll probably find like a creative storage.
Right, yeah. So there's, for instance, the beds are raised higher so that you can slip your luggage underneath, or whatever, bags, whatever, shoes, anything underneath. So but the beds are sitting higher so that you have that space for storage.
Yeah. There's actual bathtubs in the bathrooms.
Yeah, that is not common for most cruise lines. Not only are they bathtubs, but they're decent size. You could put two kids in the bathtub. They're not as large as your tubs at home, but they are a good size bathtub.
Yeah. And most rooms have split baths to make it easier for families to get ready.
Yeah, what's a split bath?
Basically the like bathtub and shower are in one area, and then the sink and toilet are in another like room.
Yeah, so there's a sink in both. So it's like it's
there's
almost
a sink in both.
Yeah,
there's a sink in both.
but one has the toilet and a sink and a mirror, and then in the other room it's a sink, mirror, and then a tub shower combo, and so that makes it so much easier. You have people for brushing teeth or using the restroom or taking showers and all of that in the mornings. Just makes it more convenient.
Yeah. There are like creative bed sleeping options. We kind of talked about this a bit.
Yeah, the beds, just the fact that they have the couch that turns into a bed, and then the bed drops down from the bed that drops down from the ceiling to make for your standard rooms that will sleep up to 4 comfortably. So,
yeah. The beds and bedding are very comfortable.
Yep, high quality, all of them, even your cheapest rooms.
Yep. Curtains can be drawn to divide the room. So the sitting room, if you have someone or a couple people sleeping in there, I don't know. Like if you can you have both the couch and the drop down?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
yeah, there's a curtain that you can draw to divide from the bed section from the seating section, and so no matter how many extras, if you have just one person or 2 people, or in some of the rooms 3 people, it just draws that. So that way, if parents are putting their kids to bed earlier, then they can draw the curtains and have the light on and read, or they could even pull the TV through. It's not super convenient, actually, to be honest, the way that they have the setup for the TV, because the TV is primarily meant for the sitting area, but you can swing it towards the bed and then have the curtain go behind it. We've done that before, and so it just makes it so that there's a separated space for the kids and the parents if they need to.
Yeah. They are decorated in a nautical theme, but with Disney touches.
Yeah, really tasteful and pretty.
Yeah. The Disney Wish has a bit more Disney theme in their rooms.
Yeah, all of their rooms have some sort of a Disney, like princess, fairy tale type of, some sort of fairy tale type of more theming. I'm assuming that with the new ships that they haven't announced the names yet, there's supposed to be 2 more coming that were coming in this grouping of 3. The Wish is just the first of them. These new ships, I'm assuming they all will be similar to that, but who knows? We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah. But the original 4 that we have so far have just really classic nautical themes with Disney touches.
Yep.
Which is fun. You can do some hidden Mickey looking and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some amenities and features that most cruise lines do offer in their rooms. So there's a mini fridge in every room. This is standard. The difference is that on Disney Cruise Line, they are not stocked with alcohol and snacks, which most cruise lines, they come stocked with all of the stuff that then you eat and or use and end up getting charged. Disney's are empty. You can use them to put whatever you want. If you have brought on some drinks, or if you have some medication, or if you have stuff for the kids, or if you bring if you pick up some fruit and things like that at some of the counter service food spots, you can bring them back to your room and put it in your fridge. So that is very nice. All of the rooms do have a hairdryer. I will point out, so on a cruise ship, there is a limit to how much power they really are hoping people will use. And so the hair dryers in the rooms, I don't believe, are super, probably not the strongest hair dryers. You can bring your own. Some people do. We are a pretty natural type of people when it comes to our hairs. We usually don't do much with it. So we don't use the hair dryer very often. And so we're probably not good ones to talk about whether it's sufficient or not. But I know some people would like to bring their hair dryer. They do have one, though, in the room. Also, your typical toiletries are provided. They have shampoo, conditioner, lotion, soaps. On Disney Cruise Line, it is their very popular H2O plus spa products, which are, people love these products.
Yeah.
They sell them on the ship. It used to be they would have individual, hotel sized little containers. Yeah, but the problem was
people kept taking them, including us.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were so guilty of it too, and it was one of those things where when you're on a cruise, you have a stateroom attendant who takes care of your room for you, and he or she, it's usually guys though, they are in your room like 3 times a day at least, doing like turn down service, cleaning, you know, all these different things that they do to prep your room for the time of day it is and what types of activities you might be doing. And so every time they come in, they check and they will replenish or this is what they did, I should say, they used to, they would replenish your stock of toiletries with new stuff. And so what people would do is every day, you know, they'd grab them all, throw them in their bag, stick it under the bed, and then a new ones would come up, and then that afternoon they'd grab them all, throw them in the bag, stick it under the bed, and then that evening they'd grab them all, and so you would get like 2 or 3 of each of the products every single day of your cruise. And Disney Cruise Line, they kind of figured it out. They're like, okay, so now they have permanent fixed dispensers in the shower that have your hair, your shampoo and your conditioner, and they have lotion and soaps dispensers, so you can't steal them anymore, but you can purchase them in the gift shop. But anyways, yeah, so it's a good quality. I know sometimes you go to a hotel and you just never know, it's like good for nothing. It's pointless. It doesn't even work. This is pretty good quality. The toiletries they have there. Of course, you can still bring your own, but you don't need to. All right, also in the room is a 22-inch LCD flat screen TV on a swivel arm. Like I said, you can swivel it to face the bed or have it facing the couch. It's a little bit more generally aimed towards the couch area, but you can definitely swivel it. The Wish, though, I've noticed the TV is actually on the bedside. So, in which case, then you would swivel it towards the couch if you are watching from there. All the rooms have iPod docking stations. You mentioned there's a mini safe. They all have a full-length mirror, and then they all have a desk or workstation with a vanity mirror. So not just a small little table and a couple of chairs, but they actually have a nice-sized desk that has more shelves and drawers for storage, so you don't have to live out of a suitcase. You can unpack. We usually unpack for the most part. I like to. And so you can do all of that. There's usually some stationery and pens. You can write notes. I think some postcards, things like that will be in there. But it's a nice vanity mirror with lighting, so you could do your makeup out there if you need to, or hair, all of that. So,
yeah.
Really nice. Okay, so let's talk about the different kinds of staterooms. And there's a number of categories, but we're just going to really focus on the types of staterooms, because the category then plays into, like, where is it located on the ship, what deck, what end, all that. We're not going to really go into that so much, but the types of rooms you can find. The first one is the inside stateroom.
Yeah. These are the smallest of the staterooms.
Yep, they're definitely the smallest, and they will sleep usually 3 to 4. So all of them will have the queen bed and the couch that folds down. They just don't all have the pull down extra 4th bed. So they'll either sleep 3 or 4 if they have the pull down, and that will just vary room by room.
Yeah.
And so if you have 4 people, you want to make sure you'll know that it'll only offer you a room that has that 4th pull down bed. But if you're looking on a map or something and kind of trying to strategize before you select your room as to where you want to be mindful that not every stateroom has that 4th bed.
Yep. There will be no windows or portholes, so no natural sunlight.
Yeah. If you're in an inside stateroom, it's an inside room. It's a closet.
Yeah. The TV has a channel that has like a real-time video from outside, so you could use that to indicate like a window, I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of people will set that like when they go to bed, so that way they'll know when the sun is rising. It doesn't have to have noise or anything. It's just an image, so that will give them, and not even so much for the window purpose, but just so that they know what time of day it is.
Yeah.
You could use it kind of like almost like a window, but it's basically a lot of times that's really your only indication if you're in there as to what it looks like outside. There's two different types of inside staterooms. There's going to be standard and deluxe. So the standard is your typical a room with one bathroom, not the split bath like we described. So the one bathroom, so everything is in one room for the bathroom. And those standard inside staterooms are going to be somewhere between 169 and 189 square feet. So like I said, much smaller than a typical hotel room. Now, the deluxe inside staterooms have a split bath that we talked about, where you've got the one room with the toilet and one room with the tub. Those rooms, in general, are a little bit larger. They're between 204 and 214 square feet. Still smaller than a hotel room, but a little bit larger than those standard rooms, the standard inside staterooms. On the Disney Wish, the inside staterooms are all standards. They don't have any deluxe inside staterooms, and they are all 169 square feet. So that's the smallest end. What I found interesting is the very first ships that Disney came out with tend to have the largest rooms. The newer the ships, the smaller the spaces.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. I know everyone likes to go gaga over the newer and bigger ships, but really your actual space, you have more in the older, smaller ships. So that's something if it's important to you, that's good to note. Okay, so those are the inside staterooms. Now let's go to the ocean view staterooms.
These sleep around they have 3 to 5 guests.
Yeah, so the beds, let's talk about that. So it could be the 3, like we said before, where it just has the fold down couch. It might have the 4 where it has the pull down bed on top of that, or it's a 5th, which is, we'll get to it in a little bit. I think we talk about the family staterooms. It has an actual additional bed, so that will sleep 5. But these also now have a view. So now they have a window or a porthole. They either have 2 small ones if you're on the lowest deck, basically, or they have one large one, which is a good size. It takes up a good portion of that wall, and it gives you a great view. So that is nice about the ocean view staterooms.
Yep. All ocean view staterooms are deluxe, meaning they have split baths.
Yep. So there's not an option of a standard. They are all, at this point, basically everything else is deluxe. Like none of the only rooms that are standard are the inside rooms. Meaning, again, the standard is really your indicator of whether it has the one bathroom or a split bath.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 different kinds of ocean view staterooms, the deluxe and deluxe family, like we were talking about. We mentioned the family side before. Now, what's interesting is the 2 smaller ships, the Wonder and the Magic, only have the deluxe ocean view staterooms. They do not have the deluxe family ocean view staterooms in this category. Now, the larger ships do, so that's good. But if you want to have the family ocean view room on the smaller ships, you're going to have to upgrade to a veranda, which we'll get to soon. Deluxe ocean view staterooms sleep 3 or 4 guests, like the the inside rooms would. But the deluxe family ocean view staterooms will sleep up to 5. They have, we mentioned before, the queen bed, the couch that has a single bed, the pull down loft bed, and then they also have a Murphy bed that's a twin size bed. So, and we've done one of those before, and so in addition to the extra room, there's extra beds. I forgot to mention, so the regular deluxe ocean view staterooms, they are 204 to 218 square feet. Those family ocean view staterooms are 237 to 241 square feet, so a bit more room. And then on top of that, do you want to tell the other cool part about those family rooms?
The deluxe family ocean view staterooms have an extra large porthole window that has a window seat.
Yeah, so like the ocean view rooms have a large porthole window, but these are even bigger, and it has a padded seat in the window seat. It's kind of curved, and that's a fun spot to just kind of sit in and look at the waves or read a book or something.
Yep.
You like to hang out in those sometimes.
Yeah, I do.
So, yeah. Okie dokie. So the next category are the ocean view staterooms with verandas. These are airy and private. Each room's veranda is separated by a white wall. They have the having the veranda gives you the option of having fresh air whenever you want or need, and allows you a quiet, private place to sit and enjoy being at sea. You don't have to deal with going up and having crowds just to be outside, up on deck or anything. So you have your own little part of the deck right there on your room, which is really nice.
Yep.
So, what do we have about that?
They're basically the same as Deluxe Ocean View and Deluxe Family Ocean View staterooms, but instead of a porthole windows, there are a veranda.
Yep. So a balcony.
There is a veranda.
Yep. So you got sliding doors that open up to a little balcony.
Yep. They come with patio furniture and deck lighting. They either have plexiglass or solid wall railing. Doors all have child-proof locks.
Which is important for families to know, because a lot of people get nervous about that.
Yeah. On most connecting rooms, you have an option to open up the wall between verandas to connect them as well.
Yeah, because Disney, not every single room connects to the room next to it, but they have a lot of rooms that do connect. So if you have a larger family and you do need a larger space, you can just get 2 rooms and connect them. And so in those cases, that white wall that's between each person's veranda can be opened up as well. And so you can have an extra large veranda that spans the whole spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so deluxe ocean view staterooms with the veranda are approximately 243 to 268 feet. So again, now we're getting a little bit bigger.
Deluxe family ocean view staterooms with a veranda are approximately 284 to 304 square feet.
On the Wonder and the Magic, the family staterooms are all rooms with verandas. So if you need that extra, if you want to have that extra 5th person in your room, you're going to have to go a veranda when you're on the smaller ships. The larger ships have just the ocean view option.
Yeah.
Which is nice to have that option.
There are a few verandas that are more enclosed than the majority, so be aware of which one you're booking. The verandas are particularly closed.
Partially
enclosed cost less, but still give you a private outdoor space and fresh air. They can also be more sheltered from the breeze, which are nice for cold destinations and itineraries.
Yep.
Navigator verandas have a cute or fun theme.
And those are only...
the Wonder and Magic.
Yeah.
These are also the verandas that are the most enclosed.
Yeah, and we stayed in one of those when we did our Alaska cruise. We had the Navigator veranda, and it is a bit enclosed. In a way, it was really nice for us because that is a colder itinerary, so that was nice. We still had the fresh air. We still had a great view. We could step out and watch the whales or the islands that we were going by or whatever. But it's super cute. They were nicely done. They look really nice, and that was comfortable to be in. All right, so the last category, or not category, but the last type of stateroom on the Disney Cruise Line that you're going to be looking at is the concierge staterooms. Now, granted, possibly, well, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is not your average Disney traveler way of going, because these concierge rooms are spendy, super pricey. But in some ways, having a concierge stateroom is similar to having a club level at Disney World or Disneyland hotels. Concierge staterooms come with benefits like having access to exclusive areas on the ship and being attended to by crew members that are there just to serve you. But there's even more than that. So what are some of the other things that they'll get with the concierge?
You'll get access to making reservations for excursions, specialty dining, private cabanas, and etc. earlier.
They're like among the first to get them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
An expanded room service menu. This is the only true way to have a hot breakfast served in your stateroom. priority treatment in boarding and debarking, exclusive gatherings, meals, and meet and greets.
Yeah, stuff that's just for concierge level guests. Also, concierge options are not available for all staterooms. The lowest level stateroom that you can have with concierge service is a family ocean view stateroom with a veranda, except on the Wish. They do have a concierge family stateroom with the floor-to-ceiling windows, but without a veranda.
Which means that aside from that one type of concierge room on the Wish, all other concierge rooms have a veranda.
So all of the suites that you can book on Disney Cruise Line are concierge level. That's kind of an automatic thing. If you're getting a suite, it's going to come with concierge service. The suites range in sizes and sleep anywhere from 5 to 8 guests. They have 1-bedroom suites, 2-bedroom suites, royal suites, and then, of course, the brand new and very coveted Wish Tower suite on the Wish. And we're not going to go into all the different suites because, quite frankly, like we said, not your average Disney cruise traveler. But anyways, so the rooms are great. They really are. And they have all of the things that you would expect or want or need that you would see in other cruise line cabins. But they also have just a little bit more. It feels a lot more homey, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
I mean, like
definitely.
I said, we can't compare it to others, but we can say how we feel when we're there. We find them very comfortable.
Yeah.
The beds are comfortable to sleep in. The rooms are great to be in. It's really great. Now, we have not stayed in an inside cabin, but we have stayed in Ocean View. We've stayed in an Ocean View family, or a family Ocean View, and we've stayed in 2 different types of verandas. We had the Navigator veranda, and then we've had a regular veranda that didn't have any type of white wall or partial view or anything. It was a full regular veranda.
Yeah.
Would you say that you have a favorite or preferred
I
room?
like the verandas.
Any of them, or do you care which kind?
Honestly, I don't remember the different kinds.
Yeah,
So,
the fact that you can open the door and be out. What is it you like about the verandas?
I don't know. It's nice. It's nice being able to go outside.
Yeah. And get fresh air or just space or to look?
Both. All.
Yeah, all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would agree, but I will also say that I have zero qualms about staying in just the Ocean View rooms too. I like to see the view, but I don't need to have the door to open. The door is very nice. It's super convenient, but when prices are high, it can sometimes be like $1,000 or more just to add that door, and it's not always worth it. So it just kind of depends on the situation and what the cost is and where we're going and how much we think we would use it. But I really don't mind just having the ocean view, looking out the windows there. It's still a great view. I would like to try an inside stateroom at some point. Do you think you'd be interested in that, or open to it at least?
Sure. I mean,
if you're going on a cruise.
Yeah.
I think that if I do, though, what I'd like to do ideally is to have that be on one of the larger ships, not on the Wonder or Magic. The Dream and the Fantasy have what they call magic portals, where they have a portal, they have what looks to be a porthole on the wall on these inside staterooms, but instead of having it be an actual porthole window, it wouldn't see anything because it's literally facing the inside of the ship. And so they have a screen there, and they put up the image of what they would see if they were looking out that side of the ship. So they have cameras all over the cruise ship facing out. And if your porthole window is facing east, let's just say, then the camera, or maybe I'll say like the port side, if you had a window there, it would be looking out the port side. Then they show the image that they see from the camera that's on the port side. And so it's accurate to what you would see. It's just not a true window. It's the image of what that window would see. And so I think I'd be interested in trying one of those.
Yeah.
Some people prefer the inside staterooms for when they have children, especially, or if anyone else is really light sensitive, because they're so dark, it makes it easier to sleep. So that's nice.
Yep.
In the other the staterooms that have a window or a veranda, they don't have, well, they do have curtains over the verandas, but there's not like shades or blinds or anything over the windows. So when it gets light, it gets light. So that's something to consider too. But anyhow, yep, that's Disney Cruise Line staterooms in a nutshell. So anyways, okay, well, thanks for chatting with us, and we will talk with you next week.
See you.